In the past month, Paid Network is the #1 launchpad in the world. Of all times, it's a top 3 launchpad. And my goal is to make it the #1 place for crowdfunding in Web3 in the world forever. Huge ambitious goal, but I strive for it. I strive for excellence. I have a passion to bring you guys, my audience, and the Paid Network community, the best and highest quality projects. And I want to turn Paid Network into a platform where you feel comfortable investing into the future generation of Web3 companies and projects. So what I'm doing now, moving forward, is I am going to be doing a series of videos like these for projects who want to come to Paid Network to an exclusive launch with you guys. And I want to highlight and showcase how amazing these projects are, right? Most other launchpads are not on camera. They're not bringing founders on. They're not giving you an opportunity to learn about these investments that you're about to make. This is your hard-earned money. I want to be careful with it. And I want to be much more selective than we were in 2021. We've learned a lot of lessons. So today starts the first of many interviews I do with exceptional founders, building exceptional companies backed by exceptional investors, and giving you guys an LCO, a low FTV community offering. An offer like no one in the history of the world has ever seen, where you, the community, get a better entry price than even the best VCs in the world. This is unheard of. And I'm passionate about doing this for you guys. Stop chasing meme coins. Stop gambling. I mean, it's fun to do that with a little bit of your capital. But if you want to become an investor and change your life forever, invest in fundamentally good projects. And there's nowhere else that you need to look other than Paid Network. So today, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, I bring you Boris from LiveArt, a project that I've been speaking to for over a year, backed by some of the best investors in the world, like Binance Labs, like Hashkey, and many others. So today, we're gonna give you a quick glimpse for you to learn what is LiveArt and why I'm so excited to offer it to you guys. So with that being said, guys, let's take a listen to this interview I had with Boris. All right, Boris, good to have you here. Thanks for being here. And for those who don't know, maybe you could just tell us a little bit about what is LiveArt.
No, absolutely. LiveArt has been a tremendous growth story. We started out as a platform for NFTs by famous artists. And now LiveArt has become the world's #1 art-fi ecosystem. And art-fi is the space between art, investable grade art, and finance, which is where people make money. Mm-hmm. And so what's important about it is that art, some people know that and some don't. It's actually one of the top performing asset classes. It's a very large asset class. It's a $2 trillion asset class, kind of on par with real estate and other key asset classes. And it's the top performing one outside of crypto. So among all the alternative asset classes, it outperforms equities. It outperforms basically everything else except for crypto so far.
One of the things that when we first started talking was so interesting to me was the fact that I had heard this, right? I'd seen it on different YouTube channels, people talking about things I'd heard about from Masterworks, and I was like, man, this is kind of interesting. But, as we progress into the future, like if I have to do anything that's not on crypto or crypto networks or crypto rails, then I just don't personally do it. So, diversifying into something else, especially when we look, because I'm pretty sure, even though my guess is art may have bear and bull markets, but maybe it's not as correlated to the crypto bull market. So, I think that's especially as, the altcoin season starts happening and as we're able to start taking profits from altcoin investments into things, for me personally, I think that's, and I don't even know where to start with art, but I know that not all art goes up in what you talked about, right? But fine art, the ones that, when you said $1 million to $10 million pieces, they're gonna do really well. So, is a platform set up for someone like me who doesn't really know where to start, but just like wants to allocate some profits into art because we think that it's going to hold its value well and not be so susceptible to a crypto market cycle, for example?
Yes, it's exactly for people like you. And in fact, it's already started happening. Many of the projects that we do, like a famous artist to Web3 and to the crypto audience, it starts with something digital. So people buy a digital product. And then over time, that same person we find then starts buying pieces, or we call them shards, of physical artworks, right? So those shards of physical artworks. Currently, we are selling Warhol, but we have Warhols, Picassos, Kusamas, Banksy, some of the biggest names that otherwise would only be accessible to people who can pay millions of dollars for each individual artwork. Through crypto, through Web3, through RWA, they're now accessible to everybody, right? So we have about 13 million unique active wallets currently on the platform, doing about 1 million weekly active wallet sort of transactions with us every week. So it's a very large community. In fact, far larger than the traditional art market. I like to call it the legacy art market, right? Which probably has tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of buyers. So this is a massive democratization of this asset class that is by crypto tech.
That's pretty insane. So you basically in this product, it's already getting more users, more retail users, more actual people trading, buying, and being interested in art because of essentially the technology that's enabled everyday folks like myself to go there and check out the art world. Yeah.
100%. Just last week I was giving a lecture at Sotheby's Art Institute, which is like Sotheby's is the biggest company in the art world, and $8 billion in revenue, so it's like a behemoth and huge brand. And the Sotheby's Art Institute is the place where they prepare the next generation of art market people, the people who will work in the art industry, in galleries, in auction houses. And so I told them about the size of our community. I told them about what we do in crypto, and they were absolutely amazed, right? Because these are numbers with a few more zeros than what they're used to in this legacy art world that they normally populate. This is a revolution, really, in the market that is taking this market kind of changing it from the inside.
So can you give us a little bit of data? So live art is a real business generating real revenue. It's not like a new fly by night thing that's been around for a while. Can you tell us a little bit about the journey so far, and then just kind of some data, some numbers about how successful is the company so far?
Well, we've done about $40 million in various kinds of art sales, digital, physical, shards, which is fractionalization, additions, ordinals, like all sorts of things. We're multi-chain, so we do it on across 6 different chains. So there's a lot of activity that happens in different communities and ecosystems, across crypto and Web3. Specifically, what we have built is a product that serves everybody who is interested in art as an asset class, from crypto curious all the way to really dedicated collectors who are interested in digital art at every price point, right? So at the top of the funnel, if you will, or so for everybody, we have lots of games and educational offerings about art. Those are very, very popular. Millions of people play our games. Our web game is the number 3 game on Polygon right now. And our Telegram mini app, which is also a gamified way to experience and learn about art, is one of the top 15 games on Ton. So it's a very, very popular, very high transaction offerings. So through that, people learn about art, learn about the art as an asset class. They play games, they earn rewards. And then we have tokenized and fractionalized top masterpieces by Warhols, Picassos, Kusamas, those kinds of artists, whole household names that are worth millions of dollars. Each individual piece can be worth millions of dollars. We split it into lots and lots of pieces, usually 100,000 or so. Those are the things that we call shards. And those shards are sold in a kind of gamified way to the same Web3 audience, so that now people everywhere for just say $5 to $15 in crypto, of course, can experience owning a masterwork, like the kind of masterwork that would not be out of place in any of the top museums around the world, and the type of masterwork that can and has been over the long run a very, very good investment. So that's our RWA business. Quite
nice.
Very, very successful.
And how does the token? So you are the reason that we're doing this is because you are doing your public sale with our LCO model. For those of you guys who don't know, this is a low FTV community offering, and so there's the first chance for essentially community to buy this token. I'm curious, what is the utility of a token within the live art ecosystem?
Most of the sales are token gated, so that's one utility. Because there is most of our drops sell out very, very quickly, sometimes in a matter of hours, sometimes minutes. So token gated, kind of being part of the community, is one. The second is, I haven't yet talked about it, but there is a DeFi component to it. So there are products that we will be introducing that financialize this asset class, that take this asset class alongside all of the other asset classes that are traded in the crypto universe, to the crypto and Web3 communities. So allowing the trading of art in the secondary market. And so when that product is introduced, the art token is going to play an integral role to this secondary market trading as well. And then lastly, there are lots of ways. Basically, it's used as a reward throughout our entire ecosystem, right? So when people play games, when people engage with educational offerings that we put out there, the token plays an integral role in that as well. A lot of our people in our ecosystem have already experienced it through the points programs, has gone through multiple seasons already. And so when the token is live, those points programs are going to be linked to the token or replaced by the token.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you brought it up, because that was one of the things that I found the most fascinating when we first started talking too, was the DeFi ecosystem being built around the art market. Are you building different types of DeFi products? Like, obviously there's going to be some trading. People are going to speculate on the value. Like, so there's a drop that comes out. It's a Warhol. Maybe I spent $20 on 1/1000th of it. I don't know, whatever. And then there's going to be speculation around the value of that shard, so people can trade that. That's interesting, right? So for those of you guys watching, think about like being able to trade any other kind of token on the market and speculating if it's going to outperform the other tokens, right? And so you create this whole secondary market where there's actually some skill in assessing kind of, a market will ultimately determine what they think is the best price, but that'll be driven by things like, artist demand or rarity or whatever. And so there will be skill involved in this as well. That creates an entirely new market there. But then are you doing other things too? Like maybe like collateralized loans, for example, against art and things like that?
We are. And so just rewinding one step back, I didn't mention that earlier, but now is a good time to mention it in the conjunction with the ArtFi part of our product. We are now already the #1 provider of market data for this asset class. Right, so we started doing that about 2.5 years ago. In fact, it was the first product that we started. My thinking was, okay, we're bringing a completely new asset class to a completely new audience, right? It's an asset class needs trading data. People need to see in real time, what all these different things are worth. What is the activity in the market? What is the liquidity? Who is selling what? Who is going up and down? What is the momentum in the market for each one of these subclasses of the art asset? So we created the data product for that. Over time, it became the #1 by really any metric product on the market. You can see it. It's free. It's liveart.io. So what that lets you see is this asset class basically in real time, right? So there is a Warhol selling somewhere in the world basically every few hours. It seems like it's a rare thing because when you read about a particularly big sale in a newspaper, it seems like a single event. But in fact, sub-$1 million Warhols are sold all the time. It's just that people don't know about it. We make this transparent. So this product, right, it tells you, #1, all the transaction flow, right, that is happening in this asset class by artist or by the type of art or by any other metric. We've tracked more than 10 million data points of, the various artworks that have sold over the last 30 years. But we don't just track the price at which they sold at the time. We use machine learning and AI to market how much they're worth today. And this allows us to show a market cap of the artist, which is basically a sum of everything that they have ever sold in today's prices. And this way we can rank all of the artists by their market cap, by their market momentum, by their velocity, by their volume, by all the usual things that any other asset class would be sliced and diced by, applied specifically to this asset class. So this creates a powerful informational environment for any trader in this asset class who wants to speculate on it or who wants to, sort of figure out what might go up, might go down. We provide all of the information already today. It's just that we haven't yet created the trading platform for crypto users to take advantage of that information, which is what we're working on now. But the information already exists. And it's already the most widely used in the Web2 world, a source of information for this asset class. So if you walk into like any sale room at Sotheby's or Christie's and those big auction houses or many of the galleries during the sale, checking prices, because it's the only place, it's the only anywhere that will mark everything to market and will show you this wonderful painting that you're considering buying, and the auction house tells you this is what the price is or this is what the estimate is. using our app, you can actually see what its fair market value is. Now, it doesn't mean you have to buy it at fair market value. Of course, you can buy it above or below, depending on how much you like it or what the demand is at the given moment. But it's always important to know, useful to know for any trader, what the fair market value is as of right now.
Yeah, I agree. I would just look at the analytics site. It's pretty impressive. There's a lot of data on there. You have a pretty impressive list of investors. I'm just looking at the website now. You've got Binance Labs, Animoca, Hashkey, OKX, KuCoin, Gate, AppWorks, EVG, along with others. Hashkey being a multi-billion-dollar fund, and Binance. Did I say Binance? Was it Binance? Yeah.
Binance Labs.
And others. Yeah, Binance Labs and others. The last round valuation was quite high, I guess, right? And what you're offering for this for the community round is 50% below the last round. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And is it even cheaper than the first VC round as well?
A little bit, yes.
Yeah, but that's the point. The point is that it's cheaper. Yeah. So why did you decide to do that? Because most projects and founders, they go in a progression. They go, from maybe they raise a seed at 20 or 30, they do a private round at 40 or 50, and then maybe they do a public round around 80, 90, 100 or something like that. And so you decided to go with the LCO model. And what made you want to go with that route?
Doing this in retail, in small checks, is to grow a big community that loves you. This is the reason. This is the goal. We want this community to be with us over the long haul and be part of a growth story. And I think that doing an LCO is a great foundation for having a growth story for a wide community. So it's because the individual check size is relatively small, we think that there will be lots and lots of investors who participate, and we would like them to just have a great growth experience with us and stick with us for the long haul. That's the reason. We want the community that loves us both for what we do and for the financial returns that this token is going to generate for them.
Yeah, that's awesome. And is there anything else that we haven't talked about so far that you think that people should know, especially gearing up for the sale early next week?
I think there are lots of things that we do, and I really want people to follow us, because it's like if you're on our Twitter, I need to figure out how to tame it a little bit, because there's just so many introductions that are happening all the time. Every day there is a few things, but please follow us, because lots of those are very, very interesting. We introduce new games, we introduce new meme coin collaborations. Just yesterday we introduced one with Pepe, and then there will be a few other meme coins that are going to kind of with us, the project. We do obviously new products, some of which I already have mentioned, and we also provide the pulse of the art market. It's like constantly when there are significant events that are happening in the art market, you see those as well. So please follow us. I think that's most important. On Twitter, it's LiveArtX. On X, it's LiveArtX. Or on Discord or on Instagram, we're easy to find.
Cool. Thank you, Boris. Appreciate your time, and catch you soon.
Great. Thank you, Kyle.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys, that wraps up the interview with Boris. I hope that you learned a lot. There's still a ton more that we didn't get to cover in that little bit of time. However, they will be doing the LCO on Paid Network on Monday and Tuesday. That's just a couple days away. So guys, if you aren't already registered on Paid Network, it's important that you do so. You must go do your KYC there to participate. And remember, anyone can do this. You don't have to hold paid tokens. Open pool is for everybody. I wanted to make paid inclusive, not exclusive. Like blockchain should be for everybody. I want to give you guys the best entry price with no strings attached. So guys, go to Paid Network, go check it out. I'm very excited about live art. I'm investing myself, and I'll catch you on the next one.